If you're afraid to run into your ex out and about, if you live in the same area and it's really causing you stress and you're really worried about that, especially if they've moved on and you don't want to see them with their new person, the really adult thing to do is to have a conversation with them about it. Call them up and say, hey, I just would like to talk to you about moving forward. And I know you're dating, I'm dating. I think it'd be really awkward if we ran into each other. So how do you want to handle this? And if there's certain places that you used to go to together, negotiate who gets to keep what restaurant and make a deal with each other that you're not going to go there, that you're not going to take your new person to the restaurant that you used to go with the ex if you could possibly run into them there. If you live in a city, it's not always easy to get away from your ex, and it is easy to run into them, right? It's a real heartache to run into your ex with their new person, right? So try to avoid that if you can by having a conversation about it. Say, hey, look, I'd rather us not run into each other when we're out with other people. So you can have this place and that place, and I'm going to take this place and that place. And if we do see each other, let's just not acknowledge each other. Let's just pretend that we don't see each other and just, ignore it. Especially if you're still kind of pining for your ex, it's hard not to throw up if they then come and introduce their new person to you, especially if in some way you perceive them to be a better catch than you are. Painful. So truly, ignorance is bliss. If your ex is already with somebody else, the less you know about that person, the happier you will be. If you're afraid that you're going to run into your ex, do not sit at home and not go out and live your life because you don't want to run into your ex. Then they've completely destroyed your life. So don't let them do that. Really don't. You have to keep living your life and moving on. Just set a real hard boundary of places that you'd prefer your ex not to go. Right? Like if you both go to the same gym and you love that gym, ask him or her if they'll change. And if not, then if it really bothers you, then you do need to change your gym. If they're your accountant and they're doing your taxes and when time comes around again, you need to find somebody else. Excuses for keeping your ex in your life are really painful to you in the long run. If you can have a calm conversation with your ex, negotiate who gets what, and really decide that if you run into each other, you're not going to say hi if either one of you or both of you are with a date. I'm Donna Barnes. If you need someone to talk to, click the link up here and sign up for private coaching with me.